beginning, which means we should talk about yesterday. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a little segment that I like to call Phil's Day Off. Now, of course, I don't have that much to talk about, only because I don't live the most eventful life. It's not like I went skydiving or rock climbing, or I didn't fight off a zombie horde yesterday. But yesterday was my day off for the week, and this was a day where my wife and I had planned to do quite a lot of stuff together, because we haven't had like a day out together in a while. Even though we have days off together, usually we end up staying home and relaxing. But yesterday was the day when we wanted to celebrate Valentine's Day, even though it wasn't Valentine's Day. You know, Valentine's Day was Tuesday, but our day off together this week was Wednesday. So we had actually made a dinner reservation at a restaurant, okay? Now, we had made the reservation about 2 weeks ago, and my wife had made the decision that she wanted to kind of go on the earlier side. So I think our reservation was for like 4:30 in the afternoon. Now, you may say, now, wait a minute, 4:30 in the afternoon, that's way too early for dinner. But you have to understand, our usual schedule is that we eat dinner around 4:30 in the afternoon. You know, get up in the morning, eat breakfast, get ready for the stream, do my entire first stream, which ends around 4 o'clock, and then she makes dinner for between 4:35 p.m., and that's when we eat our dinner usually every day. So this timing kind of made sense for a normal day for us. So we actually had a reservation at a local Italian restaurant. Not to say that there are that many great Italian restaurants around here. There actually are not. I've actually criticized the food out here in Washington State ever since I moved here 9 years ago, that there just isn't a lot of Italian, and the Italian that's out here isn't too authentic. But we're looking forward to this. This is a restaurant we've been to quite a few times. Well, I don't say quite a few times, maybe 3 times, 4 times since she moved here in 2018. But the problem was COVID kind of screwed everything up. All right, to basically make a long story short, when COVID happened and everything closed down, we basically got out of the regular rhythm of going out to restaurants and the like. And like I said, a lot of the times now we end up just ordering in. So this was actually a special thing. You know, this Italian restaurant has a good atmosphere. We're thinking it would be kind of romantic to go there and have a nice, basically like a date day out, okay? So we had made this reservation, but then we had all these other things to do during the day as well, because as you know, as I've told you guys many times, our day off isn't just, oh, Phil and Kat just go out and have fun all day. No, it's our day to do all the errands and things that you need to do on a day when, you know, you're not working. And so we had to go grocery shopping and then come home and unload all those groceries and put them away. We had to go get some pet supplies for Jasper during the day. We had to go Costco. We haven't been to Costco in a little over a month, and we were running low on a lot of the different commodities and supplies in the house. Plus, you know, when we go to Costco, we get some good stuff. You know, various breakfast things. Like we got muffins this time. And, you know, usually Kat will get some snacks or things for us. Like this time she picked out some good frozen ramen bowls that you can make. You just put some water in them, and you put them into your microwave, and it ends up like really good, tasty ramen bowl. It's not that instant ramen stuff. It's not salty at all. It's actually very tasty and savory and sweet. So anyway, you know, we knew we had to do that. And so we're getting, you know, we're in the morning, we eat breakfast first, and then we're getting ready. You know, my wife's getting ready to go out or whatever, and I'm running around the house doing various things, cleaning and basically getting ready to go out. So we finally get out by like the early afternoon, okay? And we go grocery shopping, and we get the groceries home, and we're unpacking, and we're heading out again. And as we're heading out again, we're already looking at the clock, and the clock already, it's like between 2 and 2:30, and we're like, you know, our dinner's at 4:30. We're supposed to, just think about this. We got to go to Costco. We got to go to the pet store. There was a few other things that we wanted to do during the course of the day. Like, for example, we wanted to go get some candy. There's actually a really nice candy store near us. And we haven't gotten candy from this store in several years. And we were like, that'd be something nice to do for Valentine's Day. Let's pick out candy, like make our own box of candy that we can have together. It's kind of romantic. But we have all this stuff we want to do, and we only have like an hour and a half to do it, because to get to the restaurant, it's going to take about a half an hour to drive from where we are to this restaurant. And so we're basically on the way to do all this stuff. And my wife says, you know, I don't think this is going to happen. She's like, how are we going to do all this in this limited amount of time? And I'm like, well, I guess you're right. But then what are we going to cut out? Well, pet store. Well, Jasper needs his supplies, right? Candy store? Well, we can cut out the candy store, but that was a specific thing we wanted to do this week for Valentine's Day. It makes sense to do it. Costco? Well, if we cut out Costco, now we're going to run out of all the stuff in the house that we need, and it's just going to cause problems. And we're like, oh my God. So basically, we kind of talked in the car, and we decided, you know what? We kind of goofed. We shouldn't have made our reservations for the restaurant so early. If we were going to do, a day out reservation like we did, we should have definitely done it for later. And, worst case scenario, let's say, for example, we did our reservations for 6 or 6:30, and we're like starving because it took so long to get to that time frame. We could have got a snack, right? We were already out. We could have went somewhere and got a snack or a drink or whatever and held us over for a later dinner, which normally we don't do, but, it would have been all right. And we kind of realized, yeah, we kind of goofed. We definitely should have made this reservation for later, but at this point, it's too late. So basically, we made the decision together to not go to the dinner, okay? Instead, we decided to have more of a relaxed day out, and basically just do fun stuff and not have to worry about time elapsing. So we actually did. And actually, I'll be honest with you, I think it worked out better. So we did all the things we wanted to do. We went to the pet store. They had some cute cats up for adoption, and we played with the cats, and we got some things for Jasper. And, my wife wanted to go to one of those makeup stores, so she went in there for a little bit and shopped around a little bit. There's a new store in our area, which is very weird. Just listen to this. We live in Washington State, very near to Seattle. This is like liberal central. And what I mean by that is, you see these a certain kind of people, hipsters, youthful people who are into certain kinds of culture and stuff. We found, of all things, a store that sells cowboy hats, cowboy boots, and essentially all kinds of like Western clothing. And we go in there, and we thought it was like a discount store. And we walk in there, oh no, everything in that store is pricey. But we're like, what are they doing like out here, right? Like, of all the places you would think this store exists, this would be the last place you would think would be out here. And they just opened like a couple weeks ago, apparently. And it was funny because, yes, some people are saying, oh, you mean the OJ DSP look with the cowboy hat? No, you guys, basically it's funny. When I walked in the store, the first thought that I had in my head was when I was in Nashville in 2011, and we walked into the cowboy store there, where they sold boots and cowboy hats and all those accessories. It was exactly the same kind of store. And I was like, whoa, I haven't been in a store like this in over a decade. This is wild that this is out here. It's kind of nice. And they were all authentic, cowboy style hats too. And I was like, wow, so this is a neat store. They have all kinds of stuff. They have freaking cologne and perfume, belts. You want to get an authentic leather belt that's going to last you years and years and not fall apart? That's the place to get it. Of course, they're pricey as hell, but those are thick ass leather belts that are not going to snap like a lot of belts out there today. And then they also have like all these clothing lines. And I never seen like country western clothing or anything, but some of it's kind of nice, button down flannel shirts, stuff like that. And a lot of the stuff there Cat liked to the looks of too. And she was like, wow, this is a store I might like to shop at some point. And now tonight we weren't ready. We didn't have any money or anything to do it. So we're like, we're not going to get anything here today, but maybe we'll come back here in the future and do some shopping, right?